This is my job. And don't hesitate to approach your clients. Think of the client that you have insured his car, but you never approach him to insure his house or his shop, because you feel like he will be negative, or maybe one other time, and it's not the best time now, and so forth and so forth. And you hear the news that his house or his shop is burning right now. Will you feel comfortable to go next and stand next to him while the firemen try to put down and finish with the fire? No, because we never approach him. But if I already approach him and he refused me, I can go and stand next to him and watch the fire and say, because I already approached him. Do you feel it? You need to be responsible. Don't hesitate to send any message because you feel that it will never have positive reaction. We need to have action in order to have reaction. And that's why we call 20 people in order to have 5 appointments. That's why we set 12 appointments in order to have 4 sales. That's why it's like this. It's another game. Do you have friends or relatives, Mr. Klein, which they usually ask for your advice? What they will tell me? What he's going to tell me? No, I'm stupid. Nobody's asking for my advice. They always say yes, yes. And think of one of your friends or your relatives. Friend or relative? Friend. What is his name? Andreas. And Andreas call you and tell you, somebody with the name Dinos Kyriakou came from Partners, and he told me this and this and this and this and this. And you know something? I'm 50-50 to do it or not to do it. What do you think I should do? What are you going to advise him? I ask my client. And then he might say, I will tell him to do it. Or he might say, I will tell him to not to do it. So when he tells me, I will tell him to do it, then I reply and say, now it's for you. Why don't you do it? When he tells me, I will tell him to not do it, I tell him, okay. And think about 3 days later, or 3 weeks, or 3 months, or 3 years, he's calling you and telling you, remember when I called you and I told you that somebody with the name Dinos Kyriakou came from Partners and told me this and this, and I was 50-50 in order to do it or not to do it, and you told me to not do it. Now I suffer and I'm not covered. How will you feel, Mr. Client? And you say, but. And now we are talking about your case. What do you think? What do you feel? I tried to take out my client from his picture and help him watch his picture by thinking of somebody else. Do you know this story? Yes? Who's going to share it with me? There were 3 frogs. Lazy frogs. Frogs which they usually take notes, but they never take these notes into action. These frogs, they've been sitting on the rock near the lake for a long time without jumping at least in the water in order to get wet. And they were very dry, and they were about to die. One of them, this one, the one which is standing a bit ahead, decided, and he went close to the water, watching the water, and he decided to jump, at least to get wet and to not die. And there's a question for you. Which one of these 3 frogs do you like the most? Which one do you like the most? Usually the answer is the first one, yes. But he never jumped. He just decided. And he died like the others. So folks, if you go back home and back to your offices, and you just decided to put a few things from what you heard today from me and Caroline and your company into action, but you will never do it, don't wait I pressed the wrong button. Don't wait things to change, because without action, there is no change, and when there is no change, there is no change. Thank you.